that seems like a good place to start. Welcome to episode 22, No Spin Podcast. Fucking the Talakai Interview.
What up,
Up from Newcastle. Fucking, it's good to have you, bro. And classic interview. We talk about early Talakai, present Talakai, and you get a little bit on future Talakai. And I tell you what, man, I love interviewing, people that have been in the game for ages, but Jesus Christ, man, 10 years, like almost 10 years next year. Yeah.
Yeah, just
10 years.
Brendan's 10-year anniversary
10
next year.
years fucking of rap,
February.
man. So
In
the work
February.
ethic is fucked, man. You probably, like, in the time of the 10 years that you've been rapping, like, 10 million rappers have started and stopped all in that time. Like, ridiculous.
Like, I think Jimmy Nice has said it in one of his verses. I think it was on the One Day album, maybe. Where it's like, I've seen people come and go in this business like it's no one's business.
Yeah.
But that dude's lyrics are ridiculous.
Just come up, yeah. So you like born and raised in Newcastle? Like, where's Thornton? Because that was
Maitland, near Maitland.
Maitland,
Yeah.
right? Is that where you're from? Like,
Nah, I was born in, I was pretty much raised in Mayfield, Waratah area.
yeah,
But, we, moved around a lot. Like, mum was in real estate, and then she got a job somewhere else. And then, so we born in John Under Hospital in Newcastle. And then from, a young age, I think, I was in year 2 or kindergarten or something, we moved to Sydney for a little bit, for a couple of years.
yeah.
And then, I think, year 4, moved back to Newcastle, and I've just stayed there ever since.
Yeah, right. And you rep, but Newcastle's what you rep, right?
Oh, I was born there, and, I've lived there since.
That's your home, yeah.
Hard.
Fuck, oath. And, so, yeah, what is it like growing up in Newcastle? Like,
Relaxed, man.
Yeah?
It's cool. I mean, some pretty, hectic stuff happens there. It's just like every other city. There's bad parts, but...
It has its bullshit, yeah.
fuck, you live on the beach, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. No, I've never even been, so I've
Newcastle's honestly, I'm pretty sure Hawaii buys their sand from Stockton.
Really?
Newcastle, yeah, that's what I used to play football for.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, because we got sand dunes there, and, obviously, Hawaii's got, volcanic
Yeah.
sand, so black sand. So that they've only got good sand.
Dude, that's a hell of a flex, bro.
Yeah, it's good,
Fucking buying sand.
It's just
from
what does your city
Newcastle
do, bitch?
for fucking Hawaii, bro.
Yeah, the nicest place on earth.
Most stereotypical, holiday destination.
But, Newcastle's good, but I feel like it's more of, a retirement city.
Yeah.
But it's building, man. We're growing. We just got, a tram system half put in.
Fuck yeah, you got a Woolworths yet?
We got about 10.
Okay. I just remember this one clip that there's have you ever heard of Gympie? It's it's just north. Is it north? Gympie? 2 hours north, yeah.
Oh, the place Gympie?
Yeah, the place Gympie, man. It was a real
laugh at that name. It's hilarious.
classic fucking news thing where it's just this guy's freaking out. He goes, Gympie's got a Coles now. And it's just fuck yeah, Gympie.
There's signs in Merriweather in Newcastle, Merriweather won the world's best beach.
Yeah, right, okay.
Bondi, fuck Bondi.
Yeah, fuck Bondi.
It's too crowded. But yeah, there's signs not even at low level, at the top, halfway up a telegraph pole that says no Aldi in Merriweather.
Oh right.
Everyone in Merriweather just boycotted Aldi. They're just fuck Aldi, man.
Is Merriweather a rich suburb or is it? Yeah, right.
It's the upper class.
Yeah,
but
right.
There's also it's funny because there's the main road, Clear Road, and on this side's Merriweather with all the mansions and stuff, and then on this side's Hamo South, which is the ghetto.
Yeah, right.
So it's just a road where the rich people literally...
Yeah, they just look over at it.
Echelon literally looks over the projects.
Yeah,
man.
right. Yeah, so did you get involved with any of that sort of bullshit growing up?
Yeah. I mean, I was always hanging around a crew with a fair bit of dudes doing some pretty questionable stuff, fighting people and doing some stuff that I probably can't mention on
yeah,
this.
fuck off, man. That's that.
But yeah, I was a fucking little rough nut. I don't know, I kind of it sounds so bad to say, but I grew up enjoying fighting.
Yeah.
Because I was a smaller kid and always I've never really gave a fuck if I was muscly or not.
Yeah, yeah.
I've always had to people pick me out first, and I've always just had to fucking stand my ground.
Just thugging out, bro.
Yeah, pretty much, man. But eventually I was just sick. It was you have to fight for pride more or less.
Yeah.
But then I got fucking some pretty bad charges and stuff, and almost went to juvie. So then, and then I think I was I missed the original reason I started writing was because of I was going through court for something, and I couldn't attend Brennan's funeral.
Yeah.
So because I had to go to court that morning, and I was literally in there for 3 minutes, and they just like adjourned, and then I made it to his wake, but I just like got home and I was like, fuck, that's just not acceptable. Like, and then it was pretty much more or less like my letter to Brendan.
Yeah.
I wrote it, and then I wrote it as just a poem, and then I just found a beat, and then
Fuck yeah.
I literally got like a Guitar Hero microphone and just sat there with it plugged into my thing on, like, I think I was using
use a Guitar Hero microphone.
Man, all the earlier stuff was just,
because it's USB, isn't it?
yeah, I'll tell you later. These, it's funny, man. It's just the most ghetto setup.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just literally wrapped it and then just edited it myself. And
Yeah,
then just
right.
It on the line.
Yeah, because that's the, like, obviously, I mean, was that sort of how you got into hip hop, like having that track? Because like you obviously decided like I'm gonna rap this track, so you were always sort of into hip hop, or
I'd never tried rapping before.
Yeah.
I'd never done it. But like I'd listened to like a little bit of Eminem and like maybe like Limp Bizkit, and I think the first dude I got hooked on was ODB.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I got hooked on ODB
because of the way he sings it, kind of like the
yeah, and like Noriega as well.
Really?
Like early dudes, like
Like
I bought
Capone
this-
and Noriega.
Yeah, man. Like I bought this hip hop album. The first track was Capone and Noriega, and then he went to Brooklyn Zoo.
It's
Clothing,
funny, like when you're a kid, like you end up with like liking hip hop. That I would say Capone and Noriega is like kind of obscure New York hip. Like if you're in New York, everybody fucking knows, you know, Noriega and all that. But like in Australia, like only the real old heads would listen to that shit. Like I listened to a whole bunch of like Wu-Tang Killer Bee stuff, which is like they're mad like. Nobody knows who those guys are and stuff like that. Like they're not the main Wu-Tang, but to me, I
the
just
affiliates.
that was the only CD I had. So like, you know, I just know all these like, you know, Deadly Sting and shit like that.
Well, yeah, there was a Big L track on that, and then Big L became my favorite.
Yeah.
Like,
Tell you what, a lot of fucking people that rap put Big L up as their like favorite.
well, like
rapper.
people say Biggie or Tupac. I say Big L.
Yeah.
They're the same era, and like Big L's got that deadly combination track with Tupac. And absolutely murks him.
Yeah.
Absolutely destroys him.
And so like, you're obviously, and then like, you know, June 3, 2009, the first ever song you ever put out went onto YouTube, and that was the Brendan Davis.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, yeah. And so like, because that obviously wasn't even by Talakai, that was by Blocks.
Yeah, but I released it under Nathan Talakai.
Yeah, in brackets or something, yeah. So
I always get asked that, man. They're just like, oh, where's Talakai from? I was just like, my last name.
Yeah. Oh, it's a cool name, bro.
Yeah, man. I got blessed
like,
with a cool last name.
There's that rugby player, Sam Talakai, right?
Yeah, he's a distant relative. Like,
oh, really?
Another cousin, like
Shout
Sifar,
out to
plays
him.
for the Rabbitohs.
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
And
I'm
so
just
where did you get Blocks from? Was that your tagging name or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just figured it was a little bit red hot.
It was what?
A little bit red hot to go like that.
Yeah, fuck oath.
And
Yeah.
I also I felt like I dropped the name as like a coming of age. Like that was a chapter of like my childhood.
Yeah.
Troubled teen, like as you could probably tell by the lyrics and stuff. Like,
That's true, yeah.
a couple of the songs were funny though because I wrote in third person about all this shit stuff happening in a relationship, and then it actually happened word for word, exactly how I said it in the song.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "You fucking gone and jinxed yourself, man."
You called it out, bro. You put
I was just like, "Yeah, sick," and then I literally just walked. I paved the way and just walked into it.
Yeah. Fuck. And cause like, but I think that like says a lot, like that even your like cause everyone's first attempt at rapping, like in my mind, was always like, you know, with their mates, like just spitting bullshit bars, like just
I can't freestyle, man. I've never been able
to do it.
I
So
can't
like
do it,
that
man.
was no way. Yeah.
But like, I mean, I could probably do like 4 bars or something. I can do
Yeah.
it sometimes, but like, to
yeah.
me, it's just like a pointless skill. Like, it's cool to have. No, don't get me wrong, and it's good for like clearing the mind. But I just can't do it, man. I think about words too much. Like, everything has to fit in its place.
Yeah, because it's like your first attempt wasn't even like an ego thing, but like a genuine expression about something tough that happened.
I still listen to that track sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's like...
It's like, you were 15 or 16 or something?
Yeah, when I
Losing
first
your
became-
best mate? Like,
Oh, it wasn't like a best mate. It was just a close mate.
yeah.
But yeah, like, we used to hang out all the time. And it was only at my house like a week before it happened. So
Yeah. And I don't think anyone at 15 is like equipped for that sort of stuff.
yeah,
so,
no, not at all. It was like the first time, besides like losing my nan when I was heaps young.
Yeah.
First time I'd ever like had an encounter with death. So
Yeah.
it's pretty like morbid that I had to base like all like everything that I'm doing good now off of death. But
Yeah.
it's kind of like a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Like to think, like, I bet you'd be damn near one of the only people in rap who started off with the song, like got into rap to like do an homage to like a lost friend kind of thing.
I figured after that, like I wrote a couple more songs, like, and I actually enjoy doing this.
Yeah, and like you got an actual sense of like release from it, kind of thing.
Like I was a heaps troubled kid. Like I was just so angry all the time, just like getting drunk on goon sacks and shit.
Fucking goon sacks.
Funny, man, I got a track coming out called Cast One.
Yeah.
And
done some bad shit on goon.
I still love a goon sack every now and then.
Yeah.
Man. Like,
just to remind you, keep yourself humble.
Yeah, but now I'm getting older and I'm enjoying wine more.
Yeah.
Like I can appreciate the taste of a silver pillow.
Yeah, it's a real classic Australian thing. The fucking goon sack.
Like where I grew up in Mayfield, like we call it, like me and some mates call it the Mayfield briefcase.
Just
like
oh right,
yeah,
fucking holding it around, walking into parties and shit.
You go to Mayfield BWS, man, and they got goon sacks in the fridge.
Really? Keep them cold for you.
Iconic. Like, that is game changer, bro.
Dude, cold goon sacks, because that means it's not even like. Because, like, if something's warm and you need a drink, then obviously you're not going to buy it.
Bro, that's like fridge to belly to enjoy.
Yeah. Fucking just they're streamlining the whole system. No longer do you have to chill it.
Nah.
Fucking hell.
Did you ever do like the you unscrew the top and you like mix it with cordial?
No, we should do it in cups just with orange juice and shit.
Yeah, no, but you could unscrew the top.
Yeah.
You can unscrew the
and you could just fill it with cordial.
Yeah, we just
kind
put
of thing.
like a quarter cordial in it and then just shake it.
Fuck.
Man, like we were innovative back then. We really enjoyed our
innovating the goon game, bro.
Absolutely, bro. And then you just blow it up at the end of the night.
Yeah, fuck. And so it was like 2009, and then were you just straight into it after that, or did you just like?
Yeah, I think I was releasing like 2 songs a night. I was just uploading.
Yeah.
Because like this I was saying before, like the funny thing is like I mentioned the Guitar Hero mic, but like when I was living at this house, I was just like I can't hold it in front of me, and I was like it needs to be above me so it doesn't kind of like bypassing the pop filter.
Yeah.
So I like put a sock over it, cable tied it, and then drilled 2 holes like inside my cupboard. I figured I could fit a chair in there.
Yeah.
And there was like drawers, a desk in front of me. So I like it was like this wide, and I drilled 2 holes in the top part in the cupboard, and then hooked the mic down so then it sat just above my nose.
Man.
And then cable tied it through.
Yeah.
And then I think even then I just had it in front of me and like had the sock over it to drown out the noise, and then just put my laptop in front of me, put a chair in there, and just closed my cupboard. And just sat in my cupboard and recorded.
Fuck.
And I just had headphones.
So you had the mic hanging down from the
and
roof.
it just stayed like that for good.
Fuck.
And then I just sat in there and I just taught myself how to mix and stuff.
Guitar Hero mic.
Yeah,
through the roof, looped down like a real classic. Like
it was like the hanging mics, but with a sock over it. And then I think it was like a cracked version of Acid Pro as well.
Yeah, right.
So like I just record all these things, and then I wish I still had that set up now. To be honest, like I would not stop making music.
Yeah,
man.
you weren't.
I need to buy a setup.
When I was I was cracking all software. You got to because fucking some shit's so expensive. Like I don't pay anything.
I learned how to use Pro Tools at TAFE, man. I love that program. It's so easy to use.
Have you got it and all that?
No, I don't have. Like my laptop blew up a little bit ago. Now that I'm like living back at home for a little bit, I just use my nan's computer and just write every day.
Fuck. And because like it was like you've always been like especially early on like about the messaging in songs more than like the actual like, and now you probably be known for like the flow more than anything rather than like the actual lyrical content. But like back then, like it would have been nice to like actually get messages from like other kids that were feeling it like in a real sense
in
like,
the area too. Like people around the area would like always message me like, man, like this is touching me, like, or like it's helped me through a tough time, because
they all knew him right as well. So it was like
but not even that. Like when I'd make all like the the dovey songs, like people just like, man, like this is, and it was cool going on MySpace, like going back.
Yeah, I tried to find the Blocks page on MySpace.
Still on there, man.
Yeah, I couldn't get it. I couldn't get there.
It's just /blocks. I think it's still on there, or Blocks 1 or something.
I tried to search for it. Yeah,
I sent a link to someone today because they sent me a message asking about Blocks. Finally, like
it's crazy, man. Like I still get messages saying like,
you should come back as Blocks and do a show, because I never played a show on the Blocks.
As Blocks, yeah.
I had stage fright, so.
Yeah, right. So even okay.
And when I did come back, man, I played at
Newcastle Leagues Club.
Yeah, but after that, Newcastle Leagues was my first show with
Riley McNeil.
Riley McNeil, yeah. Man, I wish that dude kept singing.
Yeah, he actually pretty dope, man. Yeah, he had a nice. It was on like Triple J Unearthed page and all that.
Yeah, he was sick, man. He just had a daughter, and I think he's got a bit of free time now. So
yeah, get on it. Cause like 2000, cause I got a lot of what I found on you from like your Reverb Nation page, which is like classic.
I didn't even know I had that.
Dude, classic shit. You had a full bio written and everything. Like,
really?
Yeah, like.
I don't think I made that.
It was like it was like 16-year-old kid just doing what I love kind of thing. And
did I make that? Yeah, no, I remember that. Because it used to be like back then.
It's still pretty good, man. There's a few
back
songs
into
on
like 2010, I think it was.
I think, yeah.
That was like everyone used to just compete for like the Reverb Nation charts.
Yeah.
Like the MySpace charts.
Yeah.
I think I got to like number 3 on the MySpace charts.
Yeah.
Once. And I don't know, just like, it's crazy, man. I go on people's MySpace pages and my song would be their song.
Yeah.
On their page.
That's pretty fucking dope, bro.
Yeah, man. It'd be like that I Need You track, that Britney Spears remix.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah, how were you like getting instrumentals back then? Just
jacking, man.
Yeah, of course.
I'd go on not SoundCloud, something.
Yeah, SoundClick or something. I think
Yeah, SoundClick.
Yeah,
that one's got heaps of tracks on there still.
that's the
But I just find producers on there. But all them producers are on YouTube now, so.
Yeah, with the type beats and all that shit. So, and had like obviously just going like looking through old, Talakai stuff, you could not run into the fact that you were graphing.
Yeah.
Like, how did you get into graphing? Just something to do, like.
Funnily enough, my brother was tagging. Well, not really tagging. He just made up a tag.
Yeah.
And just me being the little brother, I copied it.
Yeah, right. Same tag.
I'd just go down the park and just tag his tag.
Just putting the work in for him.
And then I came up with my own little tag, and I just used to draw it on my paper. And when I was in year 6, just scribble on with all these little arrows with like technical shading and shit.
Yeah.
Thought it was the freshest shit ever.
Fucking so just you Romps and the Limits crew.
The IMTS crew, yeah.
Oh, is that how IMTS?
Yeah.
I thought it was LMTS.
Nah, it stood for It's More Than Scribble.
Oh, I thought it was Limits.
Nah.
Fucking oath.
Limits probably would have been better, to be honest.
Yeah, right. I thought, yeah, right. IMTS.
Yeah, nah, Roms is still one of my very, very close friends.
Yeah, right, because there's a really old YouTube video of you guys tagging up.
With the dubstep songs.
Yeah. And it was like, this is like, we aren't getting in trouble for this. This was, you're allowed to do this. Like, just making sure so nobody calls you up on it.
We definitely weren't allowed to do that.
Yeah.
100% we're not allowed to do that. But
fucking hell. So, and because like 2010, I don't know, it might have been 2012. It was hard to really figure it all out. But like Fallen Angel.
I think they were all like in 2010, 2011. Because I finished year 12 in 2012. So
yeah, and then like, I Suppose I Will Survive, was that name of a track? And Two Birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a really great comment about fucking Two Birds that like someone had put on. I went through so many pages to find this shit, so I can't exactly remember which one it was. But it goes, how the fuck can one kid from Waratah High lay lines like you do, bro? Keep it real, man. That's a dope comment, bro.
That's cool, man. It's cool, especially since I was a fucking little prick at school.
Yeah. But just
I was in all like the GATS classes and stuff.
Yeah.
I felt like I already knew what they were teaching me, so I just annoy people. I just keep talking, and like me and this other kid would just draw graffiti in class. And just tag the school.
So yeah, just like fucking, just I don't know, just cool to like just people who know you from your area just being like, how the fuck is somebody from this sort of shit just like laying it out like this? Because you were obviously mad into like the emotional songs, like When You Come Home. That's clearly like a girl drama song, right?
Yeah.
Getting your heart broken a little bit when you were growing up.
The thing, I'd write in third person. I wasn't going through most of the stuff. I just like story writing.
Yeah, writing from other people's perspectives and stuff like that.
I Suppose I Will Survive. That was to one of my ex-girlfriends.
Yeah.
I think it was actually no. Was it? Or was it I'd Cross the Desert or something? One of them ones.
One of them was called I Suppose.
Yeah,
I Will
that was
Survive,
a
yeah.
good track. And there was one track that I'd done that I'd swore in my life I was going to finish. And it was a fucking tune. It was a 6
Yeah.
out. And I just never finished it.
Do it when you bring back blocks, bro.
He's not coming back.
Cause I was on my field ship.
Because that's even in the body bag. Do you think there's I killed him, man. Fuck. And
Fuck that chapter in my life, man. Like, my teenage years, they were bad.
too much emotion.
Yeah. There's a lot got to try right some wrongs from when I was a teenager still to this day, man.
Yeah.
Like, I was a prick.
At least you're not causing any new wrongs, though.
Nah,
As much as you can.
I do what I do.
And like early collabs with, I mean, I don't know where he is in the scene right now, but Devour, or
Devour, he came back. I think he might be in jail.
Quiet Whisper.
Was that with Corruptive?
That was with
Oh, that was Devour. Yeah, no, that was a sick track. And Corruptive as well, Mr. Corruptive.
Yeah, and I was like, man, these are all emotional songs, and then I fucking hear the Pariah diss.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Fuck, obviously all that beef must have been buried or some shit at this point. It's ages
It is
old.
now, man. Like, he's a fan now, but like, I ended up punching him in the face over it. But
Yeah, right. Because
the thing, like, how it all started, it was pretty funny. Like, we were friends. We'd done a track called Raw.
Yeah.
And it was sick. But then he, like, I don't know, he had a bit of an ego at the time. And he'd be messaging girls, like, that I was friends with, trying to pick them up. Just being like, oh, I know blocks. I'm better than him. And then link his own music.
Oh, no.
And I was just so, like, that's a heaps weird way to start a conversation. Like,
Yeah.
why would you do that,
A
man?
heap toxic fucking way to start a conversation.
Yeah, that's just like if you looked up narcissism in the dictionary, that's it.
Yeah. Like, hey, you know.
But then
you
he
know
was just
blocks,
like
bro?
talking bulk shit.
Crush
like,
him.
This dude's shit. And I was just like, fuck this guy.
Yeah. And Mr. Corruptive got in on it too.
Yeah. And then like I think there's a dude called Mercs now from Newcastle, and this girl called Hope. They jumped on a track with Pariah to diss his back.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, this Goffy.
I didn't even look that
And this
up.
Goffy dude, rest in peace to him. But yeah, doing golf jumped on it as well. It was sick, man. I enjoyed the diss back because some of it wasn't even to me. It was to them. Like, it was
Yeah,
to,
right.
Like, Corruptive and Mr. Pariah. I was just like, man, you guys just like throw yourself in the fire. And then
Yeah.
you just caught the rap. Even Trace from Wollongong, he's dope as well.
Fuck it, yeah, because I just remember like liar, name Pariah, hang you by the neck from a telephone wire. I was like,
It's pretty raw, eh?
fucking hell, like, just like mad. It's like you've been like, because the diss track, man, I love a good diss track. Like,
Yeah.
who in hip hop doesn't love a good diss track?
See, like that even like I'd done the ones recently, like, and people were just like, oh, this guy's doing diss tracks. Like, I've been fucking doing diss.
You've been doing them for ages, man. Holy shit. Talking
Sometimes,
about hanging
man,
cunts from
to be
telephone
fair, like
wires.
sometimes you just need to fucking call people out on their
Yeah.
shit. Like, fuck being quiet, man. Like, I'm not the dude that's gonna let someone just fucking.
Especially, obviously, like, you know, you're okay with the physical side of confrontation as well. So, like, what are you scared of?
Man, if you lose a fight, you lose a fight. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
Fucking hell, bro. You're brave. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I just remember being like, just like, man, these are all super, super emotional. They're just like, I was like, I thought the song was like, because diss is only spelt with one S, so it's just like Pariah diss. And I was like, what is this? And just like, boom, hey, fuck Pariah. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
And then we had like the beef with Albo and Al as well.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that track,
Oh,
man.
you didn't? It's called
Nah.
Fuck ESE.
It's good?
Yeah, I got pulled up on it by like these dudes in that local area that I grew up listening to, ESC,
Yeah.
East Side Connection. They're insane, man. And one of them still raps, Soa,
Yeah.
from Newcastle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
right.
used to be in that. And
He put out something recently?
yeah.
Under his real name or something?
Yeah, so he used to
Yeah.
go under Relevant.
Yeah,
and now
right.
He goes under Soa.
Fuck
He's
oath.
sick, man. There's so much talent coming out of Newcastle. But yeah, I got pulled up one day. They just like, did that say fuck ESC? I was just like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely not.
I was like, no way.
G checking, yeah. And so like, because obviously like 2011, you weren't making a lot of music and
No,
stuff.
I got someone asked me to do a show. I think it was Kids Crooked or something from Newcastle, and they asked me to do a show, and I was like, yeah. And And then it got to it, and I just fucking like had a massive anxiety attack and like
fuck
peaked out.
yeah.
I was like, fuck, there's gonna be people there. Like, what if I don't know my songs? And then I just quit rap.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck this, I'm quitting. I'm not doing this anymore.
And like, not only that, man, like, it's not like you had to go up on stage and like rap about like just some bullshit, bro. All your tracks were heavy shit. Like,
yeah,
I
and
definitely
like I feel like if I rapped them, man, people probably would have fell asleep. Because some of them, like, it's just like when Chester Bedingfield was alive from Linkin Park.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he didn't play Breaking the Habit because it
Just
was
too hard for him, sort of
he
thing.
played a couple times and just broke down. So it's just one of them tracks that he didn't do.
Yeah, exactly. Like some of the, I was just like, man, because a lot of stuff's heavy. Like the content is heavy. Like it's easy to like get fucking pumped and rap like the 3 fucking Get Body tracks, but you know, if you're gonna talk about like mates passing and shit like that.
That's like
on
when
stage.
we played the first stop of the Get Body tour last year in Sydney. I played Feel Better to the almost sold out Hudson, and like nobody spoke a word for the whole song. They just sat there, and then at the end, everyone just
got loose.
Yeah, everyone just made it massive applause because like sometimes you have to speak about the shit, man.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
absolutely. Well, and I think that's like, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
like, these days, I don't really speak about much. Like I write it, but I just don't release it.
Yeah.
And I noticed that like it felt really good at the time because I was such an angry kid.
Yeah.
To get all of that like bad stuff out. Well, a lot of it anyway, not all of it. But it was good. But and these days I'm trying to like progress as an artist rather than just be a rapper or like just be the guy that raps about fields. I'm trying to expand my horizons and try new things.
You've done a good job, man. 'Cause, like, I would say everybody these days would just know you for the flows, man. Yeah.
Well, it's good when you can combine the both as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's like, it's good, but also like not anyone, but like people can come up with like good emotive lyrics, but like flow is something that actually takes like time, and you can't just. Very few people come into the game with a good flow. Everyone starts off shit.
Well,
So,
like the flow and the rest in peace Brendan thing, that was just a fluke, I think.
yeah.
And then I just built it off that.
Just went, I'm a flow guy now. Yeah. And so like 2012, you're back at it. How did they get you to do your first gig?
I just kind of decided to bite the bullet.
Just like, fuck it. If I like this shit, I got to do this.
There was this local dude like near me making some dubstep, and I found him, and he was producing all of his own stuff and like DJing like absolutely sick stuff. He lives in Brisbane now, actually, called Nexus, and
Very dubstep name.
yeah, man, he's insane. He's a very good producer and a very good dude as well. And yeah, we both played it, and it was just DJs and stuff. This Elvia kid put it on, and I think for the whole time I was rapping at that first gig, I just held the mic like down here and just looked at the crowd.
Yeah.
But like I was looking at the crowd because there was like 300 people there just to see Blocks. But then I was just like staring at the crowd.
Jesus. Fucking hell. It's like, it must be something about like, you must have got like a real sort of, because you're from.
It's kind of like the Chillin' It fans, like the cult following. Like I've got that kind of following. Like there's people in Sydney and stuff that like know me as Blocks and stuff as well.
And like,
but like they don't know, they don't do the connection that it's the same person because not many
Yeah.
people knew my last name and stuff back then.
Yeah, it's just cool to like, you have actually, because they're real fans, because they actually felt your shit. Like it's not just like on some hype stuff. Like these.
I
are
get
the
people
new guys.
commenting on like the videos and stuff. They're just like, this stuff's sick, but you should do more Block stuff.
Yeah, bring
I'm
back
just
Blocks, bro.
It's like, fuck man,
I fucking killed Blocks, bro.
So I've fucking been working, man. Like I've been
Yeah.
working hard to forget that guy.
Yeah.
It's just, don't just like bun my new stuff.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And because you were with as we said, Riley McNeil doing like Still Got It and Make You Proud and classic. And so like in a more general sense, like back then and even like we can talk about now, like what was like Newcastle the hip hop scene
It
like?
was sick, man. It was so good. Like, but I couldn't go see all the dudes that I listened to because I wasn't old enough.
Yeah.
I was just this little kid, and
There's all over 18 shows and shit
Yeah.
at bars.
but yeah, like I didn't start writing till I was been listening to these guys like Foulmouth and K1, Prem, Bedlam, the Mojo's Lab dudes and all that. Now I'm friends with all them guys. Like,
Yeah.
I'm mates with all these.
Because you've been
dudes.
putting on for your city, so like
Yeah, well, I just came into the scene and just started doing shows and it just didn't stop.
Yeah.
Once Mix King like got me on a soul station,
Yeah.
I just didn't stop, and then ended up becoming one of the original Madhouse artists. Because that's the hip hop.
That was the hip hop night.
That's
yeah.
the hip hop night that still runs. And yeah, Madhouse has just got a reputation now for being the loosest night. Like,
Yeah.
There's no rules. There's no rules at
Fuck,
Madhouse.
yeah,
It's
so-
called Madhouse for a reason.
And what, just put different MC? Is it like live music or?
Yeah. And then it's like sometimes they have a Madhouse where they just have DJs battling for the night.
Fuck yeah.
It's cool.
Because that's like a culture. Like, you know, people like
Yeah,
just turn
it's
up.
deep, man. People like, we get these dudes like, there's this dude called Jacob Something. He's not an MC, not anything. He's just a fan. And he just gets the train down from Muswellbrook. Like, Muswellbrook's a fucking good 2 or 3 hour train.
Yeah.
Gets it down in the Arvo, waits around the city by himself all day, comes to the show, gets loose as fuck at the show, and then waits till 3 a.m. to get the train back to Muswellbrook.
Fuck.
And then there was one gig, he got the train from Muswellbrook, and Belmont's like out.
Even further.
Belmont's like, he comes into Hamilton, which is the hub, and then Belmont's out along the coast, like down towards Swansea, like, which is just before you go to the Central Coast. And there was a gig out there, it's like a 40-minute drive or so, 30-minute drive from Hamilton, and he walked from Hamilton Station to Belmont for a gig.
Fuck.
Walked
So he's just a
in.
legend for loving the scene, right?
Man, I got so much time for that dude. Hey.
Isn't it great? Like someone who's like,
And I'm pretty sure he got Madhouse tattooed on him, like the logo.
fuck. So it's just because like the real like local fans, man, like they're the ones like when you got like a gig, there's only like 20 people, like they're always there and shit.
You have to do them hard yards, man. Like, I see heaps of people, like, they come and they do a packed out show for their first show.
Because it's all their fucking friends from school
Yeah,
and shit
like-
like that.
A packed room's fucking easy to play to.
Yeah.
There's heaps of people, man. You don't have to focus on anything. I've played to, like, 3 people in an empty pub.
Yeah.
And then, like, I remember I was playing this show once at Hamilton, and I was rapping, and this guy's just like, play some Funkors. And I was just like, I told the DJ I was like, first off, I'm not the Funkors.
Yeah.
I was like, second off, this isn't fucking karaoke.
Yeah. Fucking
Just
play.
like heckling a heckler. I was like, fuck, man.
Yeah, because like, yeah, I definitely think like it's crushing. It's not crushing, but it's hard. Like, it's
He
fucking hard.
tried to fight me after it.
Fucking hell.
But, like,
Newcastle
someone-
loves knuckling up, huh?
Oh, the lockout laws are from Newcastle, bro. It's called the
Oh, right.
Newcastle law.
Yeah, right. Just fucking
And
trash.
like, you go to Maitland, there's a fucking statue of a boxer. It's just,
Damn.
it's the boxing, it's the fighting city.
Just love fighting.
More or less. But yeah, well, half my crew was there, so they didn't really do anything
No,
after
of
that.
course not. Yeah, they came to see their boys, and like I Need You was doing hella numbers. Like,
It still does.
yeah,
man.
it's ridiculous.
crazy.
Yeah.
And like it's weird because I hear like you listen to like MTV or something and the classics come on, and like
Yeah.
I hear Every Time by Britney Spears, which is that song.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And I was just like, I hear the piano, I'm just like,
Because when I saw like that video of the girl just with the slideshow of her like to that song, I was like, these cunt has real fans, and they are. I'll put a clip of that video in right now. That video is wild.
that's funny. Shout out to that chick. I don't even know who she is.
I don't know who she is, but shout outs to her
And
heart.
there was a couple of like, there was some little kid,
Yeah.
some little boy was rapping over the top like a cover.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. There was a couple of them actually.
Dude, there was way more than a couple. I was like, how do these guys get Talakai features? Then it's just jacked as hell. Like, they're just clearly Talakai was not involved with this production.
Yeah, that was that Koza.
Yeah, Koza won, bro.
Not Koza from
No, Koza with a
MGR.
K.
Shout out that Koza, but he's a mad guy.
Koza with a C. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, is that?
And
I
he's
was like,
doing like
nah.
the ad libs. He's like, "Yo, Talakai, jump on this. We on the studio down the studio."
Yeah.
I'd never met that guy in my
Boy,
life.
pass the
man.
spliff, Talakai. Oh, fucking hard.
And it's funny. I didn't even smoke spliffs. Then.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Like,
He's just
all these
fucking.
people going like, I still get people that just like, "Oh, I remember when we had that sesh back in the day." I was just like, I don't smoke weed, man.
Yeah, probably
Sorry.
wasn't me, bro. It
Probably
was-
my brother.
Yeah. And like Blocks featuring Mr. Corruptive Every Time We Touch was doing numbers as well.
Yeah, but
How are you finding these like instrumentals that were like because it's actually the LGs did a lot of it as well, like with a lot of
Yeah.
their tracks where they've taken like more like a poppy sort of hook kind of thing, and then
Oh, that Ellie
spat it.
Goulding one, the Speed of Sound. That was
Yeah.
cool. I'm pretty sure Juvie might have produced that. Possibly.
Yeah, right.
Maybe. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. But
Was that just the sort of beats you were thinking was real hot or
no,
something
it's
like
just
that?
like back then, like beats with hooks were the thing, man. Like you had a hook that people could sing along to,
Yeah.
and I remember there was this one night, me and Jacob, which is Mr. Corruptive, we got heaps pissed. Like we used to go buy homemade alcohol from this guy in Raymond Terrace. He used to just
Fuck,
like
you was really in it, weren't you?
Yeah,
Man,
bro,
bro,
like
moonshine and shit.
yeah, but they used to like give you like moonshine Midori, and it just tasted like bananas. It was sick.
What?
And it was just clear, and it was hectic, bro. Like, and then we got this gin for one of our mateys' birthdays once, and I fucking ended up passed out under a tree. And yeah, we just went. It was that night actually. He woke me up from under a tree,
Yeah.
and we went back to his house, trying to be heaps quiet. And got the mic out, found a beat, wrote a verse in like 20 minutes, and just tried to record pissed. It was the hardest thing ever. I think it was I think it was called Dust to Dust, maybe.
Every time we touch. I love that shit, man. I just like those sort of instrumentals. Like you can only get them if you are really in like the struggle rap stage. Like, cause everybody, if not, you were either buying it or making your own. Like you download
That
like,
song, I hated that song purely for the fact of the quality of my verse. Because
Yeah.
when I recorded my verse, I didn't realize that the settings in the program switched from the plug-in mic to the laptop mic.
Oh, so you just recorded
So
the
my
laptop
verse
mic.
was recorded on a laptop microphone, like the
Yeah.
built-in microphone. I just end up EQing it myself.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And I was just like, why does it sound so shit? What's wrong
Yeah.
with my mic, man? And then I plugged the settings back in,
I
and
was
then
like, fuck.
I made a song later that day, and I was just like, fuck, you idiot.
Yeah.
It was already out. I'd already uploaded. It was already at like 5,000 plays. I was like, shit.
So like the and you mentioned this in one of your other interviews, but like iconic 2012, you had the 360 verse cursor rap battle, and that was I think that was important for the Australian hip hop scene.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
especially like the not even underground, but like just people coming up. Like, did you? And it was also the beginning of like rapper tags and shit like that.
Yeah, I
like,
done a couple of. We've done a local rapper tag.
mate, everybody worth their salt has done a rapper tag. Fucking
Yeah.
Scrub was shooting them out like 3 a day, man. They were putting.
I wasn't even convinced he was getting tagged half the time.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. I'm sure that was like, all right, you guys made me do it again, did you? Far enough. Since everyone was liking either like 60 or Curse, like who were you sort of rocking with?
Back then I was
Because like stylistically more of a 360 guy, I would
yeah.
say.
Well, back then I was fucking with 360s, so like I was,
Great battle though.
yeah, it was iconic, man. Like that set the tone. It was, and that like they had like the pop rap, which is like what carved the lane for heaps of people as well.
Yeah.
And they had the underground gutter rap, and it was just, I know, it's cool. It was kind of cool for a little bit that you picked your side,
Yeah.
but now there's like
It's counterproductive
with
now,
dudes
yeah.
like Chill, Wombat, all them dudes, like it's like crossing over. You can do like the more mainstream kind of sound, but you could still rep the street where
Yeah,
you're from
and,
and stuff.
and rep like the not sellout kind of side. of
Yeah, but like I
things.
was growing up like, and I wasn't really biased. Like I grew up mainly listening to Mantra and Dialectrics.
Yeah, I saw a lot of Mantra stuff. I don't really know much about Mantra.
Mantra.
You were rocking with Mantra hard, like shouting him out and shit like that.
Yeah, bro. Like I still to this day like heavily mess with Mantra.
Yeah.
And like I still listen to all of his stuff, like Flight Path and stuff on repeat.
Yeah, where's he from?
Melbourne.
Oh, right, okay. I've
Yeah,
really missed all
He's
of
a
that.
school teacher, I think. Same with Dialectrics. Like
Shouts out to
Dialectrics.
those guys, man.
Yeah.
Teaching the next generation.
I won a competition online with Kalski.
Oh, yeah, I know Kowski, yeah.
Yeah, he done that I Know competition.
Yeah.
And I ended up winning that. So with
You
a
get it
feature.
like you get featured on a song with him, or what was
No,
what was
Kalski took his verse out, and it was
Ah.
just left the feature with Dialectrics.
Oh, okay, cool.
So like that's probably the only time I'll get a feature with Dialectrics. But
Yeah.
I mean, unless I keep working.
Well, I'm sure you could get it now, bro.
I got up on stage. I went to their show like with Enfer Jones and Jolistics. They played in Erskineville, and then I got invited to go to the Blue Mountains one and watch them again the next night.
Yeah.
So I just got a train from Sydney to Blue
Fuck
Mountains,
yeah.
and then I got up on stage in the Cypher and just fucking that was bucket list as well.
Yeah. And then so like What were you sort of up to? I mean, if you can remember, like 2013. Like I couldn't find a whole lot on what you're up to in 2000. You must have been working on Vandal, I guess, right? Or
Yeah, I mean, that was a rough period, man. Like 2013, 2014. Like I was pretty heavily on pills and shit. Like just eating pills and just partying nonstop.
yeah, so just
Like I got heaps skinny at one point, like skinny in the face and shit from just fucking eating.
just gaunt from just going hard on it.
Oh man, I
On
just
the gear.
weekends were my thing. And
Yeah.
I didn't work or anything, so I just fucking get fucked up, sell
Yeah.
some drugs, and then go eat the drugs.
Fuck, just pay for your own drugs, sell
Yeah.
drugs, and then get
More or
on.
less, man. Fucking stupid idea.
Oh well,
But
only way you learn.
young and dumb. But yeah, like I was at the same time. I was
Blocks chewing bricks.
block on the block.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I had to kind of work through a little bit of barriers to try and get that out, and then like I was probably on the back end of like my bad period,
Yeah.
and then it came out, and then I moved to Sydney to get off drugs.
Yeah. Move.
In
Yeah,
2014, I moved to Sydney to get off drugs and like counteract my problems.
Yeah. Did it help?
Yeah, 100%. Like I stayed off pills for a year, and funnily enough, it's mentioned in a song that's coming out. I had a job up there, like got my shin tattooed, and then the next day I went to work, and there was a fuck up with a train, and then my boss just blasted me in the car the whole way, and I was just like, when he was done, I was like, dude, are you done?
Yeah.
And then he just sacked me on the spot, more or less.
Fuck.
But I was going to Byron Bay that afternoon anyway.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it was like I was just like, sick, give me my pay, I'm out.
I'm fucking out of this.
But then he sent me like a massive apology after. But I went to Splendor in the Grass and saw Outcast, and I think was it that day or the? Yeah, it was that day because I had a tab of LSD while I was at Splendor, and sitting on the hill watching Foals before Outcast played.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I was just sitting there, man. I just fucking, I don't know, zoned out for a sec and had a full out of body experience. Like, I went above myself and then, like, it full, like, expanded out like the GTA 5 logo. on the
Yeah,
screen.
when you swap out a character.
Yeah, but
fuck
that's what it looked like, bro. I could see Splinter in the Grass from above. I could see the waves, like, at the coastline that's next to it on the other side of
Yeah.
the trees. And then next thing I was behind the lead singer of False, staring out at, like, the whole fucking thing, like the whole
Yeah.
amphitheater. And I was just like, yeah, I just want to make music for the rest of my life. So
Fuck
like,
yeah.
I think it's just so ironic. I got off drugs and then had a tab of LSD and then had an epiphany that I want to make music for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you much have like done a lot of acid kind of thing, or
No, I have experimented with it.
Yeah.
I've done it a couple of times, but this was just one really, really
yeah,
strong
just all everything clicked together.
and then seeing
needed it.
Outcast on acid was
Yeah,
incredible.
dude, of course, man. Probably, I mean, damn, the only time you'll get to see Outcast in your life.
It was the only ever
Yeah.
Australian show.
Ridiculous.
It's the only time I've ever played in Australia, and I got to see it.
And
So,
so,
I'm
like,
stoked.
2014, you released Vandal,
Yeah.
and that was like, I don't.
2013, I think it was. Maybe.
Yeah, right. It would have been. I'm gonna say 14, early 14. I have to be based on
Actually,
Yeah,
I think it
right.
came out in like March 2014.
Yeah, right.
Because it was just before I moved to Sydney that I dropped it.
And like, cause people you can't find Vandal. It's not online sort of stuff.
It's on there somewhere. Like I just don't know where it is.
Yeah.
It's on some.
So you don't know if you have the tracks anymore and stuff.
I got
like
the
that?
tracks. I've got the tracks, and I got some people. Like there was a couple of lucky people that got to. Well, that's pretty egotistical to say, but it was like.
Lucky if you got to hear my bars, bro.
No, I'm kind of glad it's gone. Like it was fucking mixed so shit. It
Yeah.
was, like the songs were okay. I still play one of the songs in my sets.
What was
but
the
we're
sort
bored.
of tone of the mixtape kind of thing? Like, was
Just rap?
yeah,
There's
just
still one song online that's the one with K called Vandal. That's on SoundCloud. On his SoundCloud.
just about being a vandal.
No, it's just got puns.
Yeah, right.
Just punchlines.
Just punches.
But the chorus says I'm a vandal.
yeah.
And then all different types of vandal, like economical vandal, like actual vandal, like vandal
Yeah.
of life.
All sort of vandals, yeah. And you supported like Fracture, Scotty Hines, the Minister,
Scribe.
and Scrub, man, of
No,
course.
Scribe.
A Scribe that was he that year? I had him
yeah.
later. No, Scribe, Mathis, Locksmith, Daily Meds.
Oh, no, Scribe was the earliest one.
The early
Yeah.
Scribe, mad, fucking. They only know one song, of course.
Man, he fucking opened with it.
Yeah, really?
He
Did he
opened
play it
with-
again later on?
No.
Oh, dude,
I left halfway through his
Scrub
set, it was
blowing
bad.
your load too early.
Yeah,
You
like-
said Scrub. I was like, we're fucking opening for Scrub. Surely he was opening for you at that point.
He wasn't old enough, man.
Yeah, he's a child. He's on it so early. And you met Mac the Villain, your DJ?
Yeah, I met him at that Fracture gig,
Yeah, right.
I think. Yeah, it was the one with Fracture, Mr. Hill, K21.
Were you much of like a grime fan kind of thing, or just did it because
Yeah, I listened to it like a little bit, like more or less mainly Wiley.
Yeah.
Like I grew up like listening to a bit of Wiley, and like obviously like Dizzy and stuff like that, and Kano.
God, yeah. Kano's fucking awesome. I'm such a Kano guy. Love it.
Kano's tight, but yeah, I don't know. I was more into like big. I listened to a lot of like EDM stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I listen to like trap and dubstep. So if
Yeah.
I'd rather.
Probably from the partying sort of shit, right? And
Yeah, I
even
guess so. I just like
where you got a taste for it, yeah.
Sounds just like the
the
sounds.
dubstep suits you.
Yeah, like the heavier the song, the
Yeah.
more soothing it is to me. And it's just like I listen to instrumental stuff. Like sometimes I don't even listen to like music with words.
Yeah, because you rock like still listen to a bit of J Dilla and shit like that, right?
Yeah, of
and
course.
all that,
Like,
yeah.
Sometimes I just put on like even jazz instrumentals.
Fuck, damn. And where'd you get the third degree burns from?
A bender.
Just had a rocker.
No, it was like at the start. Like I was on the back end, like of that little sleep, and then all the boys were too high, and they.
Dean knows what that feels like when all the boys are too high, but you're not. Sorry, Dino.
Yeah, no, they all the boys were too high, and they was like, we were all hungry, and I was just like, fuck it, I'll go cook.
Oh no!
There was no barbecue. Like I wasn't that pissed yet,
Yeah.
but I was just sitting there drinking a couple of drinks while I was cooking it. I cooked like 50 something sausages. Got down to like the last 3, and I was cutting it. And as I cut it, I dropped one. I went to catch it, and then 50
Hand on the grill.
Yeah, but I was like spraying it with like cooking spray, so it wasn't too oily. But it was
Yeah.
just all 50 sausages worth of fat and like a little bit of spray and
Fucking
stuff.
hell.
And then, yeah, as I went to catch it, my elbow hit the frying pan and catapulted oil. I turned my head like that, and it went just here.
And
So
you
it
just
would-
got fucking.
No, it didn't burn my neck. It got from.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see it.
you just got like.
You can like see like a little bit of
Yeah,
skin.
the discoloration from
Yeah.
the dead skin, yeah.
But like, yeah, it burnt me from here down to here, and like,
Fuck.
it's like, I was just like on endone for ages. But thankfully, I didn't have to get like a skin graft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, man. Late nights, bro. Cooking up for the cookers.
I was 4 in the arvo.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was 4 in the arvo, bro. Like we were about to go out. Like we were
And you just-
we were getting
yeah.
ready.
Fucking hell.
And then yeah, I got to the hospital, man, and I walked in because I didn't want to go to hospital in the first place.
Of course, yeah.
Didn't make any sound. I didn't feel it really. And
Yeah.
then- and I was just watching like my skin peel back. I was just like, oh, that sucks.
This is shitty.
Yeah, I was just like kind of frantic about making a mess.
Yeah.
My friend walks in, he's like, looked at my arm, he's like, what the fuck?
Bro, you just got fucking oil
And I was just like,
burns.
nah, it's all good. Can you just help me clean up?
Yeah.
And I finished cooking the sausages.
Of course.
And then
Fucking Australian cunt. Mate, I finished the snacks, bro. I don't care about the third
tasted
degree
really
burns.
good. They tasted really good.
The extra skin flavour.
Yeah, I added like a little bit of like,
A little bit of
had some
seasoning.
pus in there.
Yeah,
mate.
exactly. Get a bit of that plasma
That's
into it.
gross.
No.
But yeah, like I went up to the hospital and they were like, what's happened? I was just like, I burnt myself cooking sausages. And they were just like, sure you did. And then looked at
What
my
do
mate.
they think you'd be doing?
Because my mate took me up there. He had like dreads and stuff, so he looked a
Yeah.
bit sketchy.
Yeah, but it's in like, what do you like? Oh no, I burnt myself on the world's largest bong. That's like, what do you fucking think?
Yeah,
Oh, it
hard.
spilled all the lava water on
But
me.
I go out there and they just kept asking me, so what happened? I was just like, I burnt myself cooking. Like it's an actual story. Like
Yeah.
it just
Can
sounds
you
so
stop
stupid.
ripping my fucking?
And now every time I cook, like my mates
Yeah.
are just like, don't burn your arm.
It's like, fuck off, guys, man. I was trying to fucking feed you cooked cunts.
Yeah,
Give me
fully.
some break.
My mate said it on the weekend. I was just like, you're the fucking reason I burnt
Yeah.
myself in the first place.
And you what did you do? Like, you opened or performed with DJ Yeller from fucking NWA.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Now, you know, he produces porn and shit like that. Fucking shit.
Does he?
Yeah, that's been his. He was into like ghetto gaggers and shit like that, like real.
Fuck,
Yeah,
I love
that
the dude
probably
even more
dates
now.
me,
That's
yeah.
sick.
He was like making like real like, you know, low
Like Lex
grade,
Steel type stuff.
low grade. Oh well, I mean, he was using like just like probably he's just mates and shit, but fucking hell, like DJ Yeller, man.
That is so funny.
Yeah, bro. He was just on his hustle, man. Because like, you know, he's the least known member of NWA, of course. You know,
Yeah.
because the other one's fucking Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, and you know
Easy.
MC Ren and all that.
I feel like MC Ren's the least known.
Yeah, I'd say him and DJ Yellow would be a shitty contest to win, but I'm sure
but like
one of them. At least DJ
like,
Yellow.
MC
made
Ren's
porn.
MC Ren. Like everyone knows who MC Ren is, but I feel like he was just always like the guy at the back.
Yeah, he probably didn't want to get any of the fucking smoke from the fight between Dre and Eazy and then Ice Cube. Because who the fuck would want to get involved with that?
I fucking hate to get blue with Ice Cube.
Imagine,
He's a
yeah,
bad
but
dude,
the problem with that was that it was like Dre was going to beef against the guy who wrote all his bars. Like, Ice Cube was writing all of Dre's bars, so it's like, I'm going to beef you and I'm going to win this. I'm going to have to get someone else to write my verse.
Man, No Vaseline is still one of the greatest diss songs of all time.
It's cold. It's cold. Like, it's really cold, man. You know somebody to make that sort of that sort of diss. And so what, like, and you did some rapping on radio, but like, what inspired Blinded? Because there was like clearly a story behind Blinded.
Yeah, well, I took it like it was obviously like Vandal was just being on drugs, and then there was like a year or so period in between where I was like rectifying my fuck ups.
Yeah.
So then I felt like, and I was doing that business diploma with Triggs.
Yeah.
And I was recording at his house of an afternoon and all that stuff. And then, more or less, it's just a reflection period. I just had all these verses written and chucked them all together.
Yeah.
None of it was really written as a song. Like, Threats was.
Threats is tight, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Fuck yeah.
That's probably one of my favourite songs.
Have two features on it?
No. It's just me.
Or two in... You gave credit to the producer with two producers, so I just remember there being
the thing with Threats is the original track is Threats by Denzel Curry.
Yeah, I thought it was. Hey, because when I saw Threats,
it's a remix of that song by Ikali.
Because I didn't really recognize the instrumental. Because I know the Denzel Curry song, like, you know, Clan B the set. We don't take kind of the threats. Yeah, like
well, Ikali is like a EDM producer from America.
Yeah,
him and Graves done a remix of it. And it's just bass heavy, and he chucked up the instrumental one day.
So it was those two names was what I thought.
Ikali and Graves. That's the remix. It's the Ikali and Graves remix, and they chucked up the instrumental on SoundCloud for like a month, and I downloaded it straight away, and they were just like, "You guys want this instrumental to use on your own, so take it."
Fuck yeah!
And then
they
took it down now, but it's still on YouTube.
I love that Denzel Curry song "Threats" though as well with Young Simi and
Rob Banks.
Rob Banks, man, fucking Shaggy's son.
Rob Banks is Shaggy.
Yeah,
No
bro.
way.
Yeah, bro.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, huh?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, exactly. Iconic.
I kind of feel like it was him now.
Yeah.
It definitely was him.
Dude, Rob Banks is the son of that. Yeah, for sure.
It definitely was him.
And so when did you start with, like, the iconic, man, the cover in the face? Like, is that just from graphing and shit? Like,
yeah, well, I've done that for, like, pretty much
love it, man.
as long as I can remember. Like, I think there's a photo from, like, when I was, like, I think year 11. Probably going back a little bit further.
When everyone was doing this, like,
No, I just had, like, that photo. Because, like, I've always got told I have, like, really, like, kind of threatening death stare.
Yeah,
I don't mean to, man. Like,
I know when you got here, I was like, what do you want, man? Just take it, bro. Boy,
half the time when I look at people, man, I'm not actually looking at them. Like, I hate eye contact.
Yeah.
So, like, being like, I can't stare at people's eyes for longer than
Yo,
like
I'd seen you twice at gigs, hey, and I'd never like
You'll
said
notice-
what's up
you'll
because
notice,
I
man,
just
like,
like the guy walks on a mission, hey, like, you know.
I just try and get from A to B.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, hey, there's no need for me to stop in the middle of this man's trip from A to
I'm
B.
more than happy to stop and talk to people. Hey.
Yeah.
I like talking to people, but like eye contact, I just can't do it, man. Like, it makes me so nervous.
Yeah. No doubt. Well, that was, also my biggest problem was I was always going to those sets, like, just off of, like, smoking a bit, and then you just get mad, like, you know, don't.
Yeah, and like before my sets, I don't drink.
Yeah.
Because I played a set once for Civilians mixtape launch down in Oxford Street in Sydney, and there was a bar tap, and I utilised that bar tap.
You went hard.
Doing shots and shit.
Yeah.
Because I was going to see a DJ after. At
See when you get your pre-drinks in after free drinks, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, I forgot like fucking 3 verses.
Yeah.
I had to like rely on my best mate in the front row rapping along. I was just like, alright, that's where I am.
Oh, pick the, fuck yeah. Alright, well, shouts out to that guy, man.
Yeah, shout out Luke, you're a G.
And
As
then
soon as I
just
got off
decided,
stage, I
like,
just left. I was like, I can't be
yeah,
here.
if I'm gonna do this again, yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's an important lesson to learn.
Yeah, I have to
right?
learn that lesson one time, man. Like last time I was in Brisbane, like for that Nerve and Wombat show. Like,
Yeah,
I got a bit irresponsible with that one. Like I just like to be responsible and know my bars.
yeah, because people are there to see you. So like,
Yeah,
you
but
wanna
like
do a good job.
sometimes like I get caught up in my head even when I'm performing,
yeah,
and like I just forget stuff, or like if Chill says a wrong word, early, like I'll just be like, fuck, did I miss the bar?
yeah,
And then I'll miss the next bar, and I'm like, fuck.
yeah. Face a lot of pressure, and then I think like Heir to the Throne finished up 2015,
Yeah.
like hype track,
It
and
was the first video clip I ever did.
yeah, it is too, right?
Mm.
And then like January 2016, you did like the first performance, like your little brothers and
Yeah,
your
I done that,
family and all that,
That was a
and you had to censor yourself and
that was a cool event because it's like right in the middle of Newcastle, and there's a bar here, a high end restaurant here, Crown Plaza next to it,
yeah,
and it was like right on the water, and people going through, and yeah, there was just like all families and stuff, people walking their dogs,
yeah.
going for a bike ride, stopping watching,
And fucking Talakai just fucking
face covered up the back, just like sup big,
yeah, going in. And then like, cause that was like, have you like family and shit always been pretty supportive of you doing this shit or?
yeah, of course.
Fuck yeah,
Mum
man.
loves it. Mum always shares it.
Hell yeah, bro.
And my nan's my biggest critic. Like,
She's like, oh, I don't think you're coming hard enough on this track, Tala.
nah,
like,
she'll tell me it's shit.
oh, what?
Yeah, nan's just like, I don't like it's crap.
She doesn't like particular songs or all together.
Oh, sometimes like
If you get her to like a song, you're like,
that's what I did. Like
Yeah.
she likes some of the newer stuff. And I was playing Nerve sent me back one of the
pedophile ring.
Man, I can't stop laughing when people rap that.
I love it, man. What does that mean?
What's that mean?
Pedophile ring.
Pedophile ring.
Realizes what they're saying when they
Yeah.
scream it back.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, you don't realize what you just said.
Yeah, because you've got
There's
the
a
whole-
couple of like heavy bars that you probably shouldn't say.
Like,
on that
even
track,
like
eh?
the
the Phil Hughes reference.
yeah, and the
Rest in peace to Phil Hughes.
and you also hit up with the religious guy.
The George Pell.
Yeah, George
Take-
Pell,
take
the
his
Cardinal Sin.
Take these kids to church like George Pell.
Yeah. Fuck. Pedophile ring, yeah. Fucking hell. And then, so 2016, you're like, I'm going to do fucking 20 shows. I'm going to come boss at doing shows, just go hard on the
I did it.
shows.
I got all
You
20
fucking
shows
knocked them
played,
out by
man.
December.
You don't know how hard it is to play 20 shows, man.
Bro, I don't even know how hard it is to play 2 shows.
It's fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like, playing 3 shows in a year is probably fucking a good effort.
Yeah.
But I just put myself on every show.
But you work, and so, like,
And I was
you,
releasing stuff, too.
so you just feel comfortable just, like, pretty, I mean, not comfortable. I'm sure you get nervous before all sort of shows, but do you just feel like you just body them now? Like, it's not even like a thing?
No, I love playing shows. Like, now, I'm probably most confident ever
Yeah.
if I'm performing.
And so then like you'd started doing like Young Jesus, which like did numbers.
I was sitting on that song for like 2 years.
Yeah, because I fucking when that came out, especially the video, that beat is fucking nice
Yeah,
as
man.
hell.
When I
And
heard-
Big Lembo fucking he kills that
Oh,
shit,
doesn't
man.
He is literally big
Big
pun.
pun, yeah.
Reincarnated. He just dropped a new song, bro, and it
Yeah.
is ridiculous. And I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna rap over that beat too.
He fucking he is killer, man. Like I was like, because
I'm
like
a diehard Logic fan, man. So when
Yeah.
I discovered Big Lembo, I was just like, dude, this
and
guy
like
is the
Lembo's like
true
been
fan.
his boy for ages. Like
Yeah,
you know,
like I was-
put him up and
Have
all
you
that.
watched that Rapture show on Netflix?
No, I haven't.
Man, the first episode is about Logic.
Yeah,
And
right.
It tells about how they all used to live in Big Lembo put Logic up in his like basement and stuff
Yeah,
for ages, and like Six, like was just his homie that produced. it.
yeah.
They've just been best mates ever since.
And so like, you know, 2017, like obviously just last year, you got a message from fucking Chill to come to Body
Yeah.
Bag Studio, and that was like, but what did you like when you got that message? Were you just like, yeah, right, yeah, sure.
Well, like I played a set at my work actually at the small ballroom, and it was for this kind of boiler room type vibe gig, where the DJ, it was like all live streams and stuff, and there was different camera angles. This guy sets up his computer and stuff and just gets all these camera angles to go live on Facebook.
Yeah,
And there was people around, standing around the DJ decks, and I was just there kind of emceeing for some of the things. And then Mathematics would kind of like switch into one of my songs and I just rap my verse.
Yeah.
And Chillin' It was tuned into the live feed, and he sent me a message the next day. He's like, man, like I'd only added him on Facebook like a few weeks before, and he checked it out, and then he sent me a message like, yeah, I didn't know you had bars like that. I was like, oh, thanks, man, I appreciate it. Like, it's cool. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
To expect many people to
Cheers,
tune in.
mate. Yeah.
And then he hit me up. He's like, yeah, I got some time at Body Bag. This was on the Wednesday. He goes, I got some time at Body Bag on Saturday. Like, if you want to come down. I was just like, oh, yeah, 2 days I can write a verse.
Yeah.
Got some bars together. And then we linked up at YA train station, went and smoked a spliff and talked some shit for about an hour or two. And then we went to Body Bags and done that.
Fuck yeah.
Like, never met the guy before in my life, and now we're just best mates.
Just got on real well.
Yeah, we're pretty much the same person.
And like, so did you, like, after you'd sort of just hung out, you're like, man, we got chemistry, like, let's fucking record some tracks.
We done that, man. Like, we done to Get Bodied. And I feel like we both, like, we done it. We're just like, because we done, it was supposed to be a 2-part track, right? And, like, not in the sense of how it was.
Yeah.
We done to Get Bodied. But then we also, like he's running bars, chopped the beat.
Yeah.
Another beat there. And then, which ended up being our live one take for One Love Creations.
Yeah.
The survival tactics.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
So it started
you
off
fucking
with,
love yourself some Joey Badass, don't you?
Oh, man, I've been listening to Joey since he was
You've been
since he
fucking
was
rocking
15.
with Joey for a long time, man.
And I seen him in Sydney with Run the Jewels, and he
Yeah.
stage dived on me. It was sick.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, because I was just like, you know, like, so it was like meeting Bagsy and shit like that. It seems like some real homie sort of stuff. Like,
Yeah, well, I knew of Bagsy through.
yeah, how did you, like, what was he like? Because what was he sort of doing earlier
He was
on?
doing Currents' videos, and Currents was like,
Yeah.
because where my video was done, Currents had done a couple of tracks there.
Yeah.
I don't know what Currents has been doing. I hope he's still making music. He was sick. But yeah, Bagsy was just doing his clips and then just started Body Bag Media. More or
Because,
less.
yeah, the Get Bodied series is actually, like, what got me into you guys to start with,
Oh,
like,
word.
at all.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
because, like, I mean, in Brisbane, like, I was
It
into...
made waves, hey. It
Yeah,
definitely
dude, fucking
made some.
good.
I did feel like the second one did better though.
If I were to have... because the first one's on the bridge at the train, at the, like, no,
It's at Tuggerah Westfield.
yeah, like,
in the car
where's the coal bridge? Are you on a coal
Oh, that's
bridge?
at Get Body 2.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that is a hype one. That's really
Yeah.
fucking hype. And the, I like the, yeah, and even the third one where you guys are,
Went back to the original
yeah,
spot.
and like you sort of like talking to each other kind of thing, like
Making
that.
chill a sandwich, like Husky would say.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Husky sent us a Snapchat one time, and he muted the video.
Yeah.
He's just watching the movies. He's like, Talakai just made him a sandwich because he's just like chill catches. He's just like,
Yeah, right, like
and then
that.
he's just like, oh, he's dropped the sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to show you.
Fucking hell.
I'll send you the video to chuck in here, man. It's
Love
so
that one
funny.
of yeah.
Because he does the voiceover, and it's the funniest thing, man. I want Husky to start doing more voiceovers.
He's a
classic.
funny cut. You know who
Oh,
Yeah, and I think yeah, I mean I can understand that for sure, especially because it just would have been immense how many like
Yeah,
people
well, like,
were
we
into
done
it.
it. And then 2 weeks later, we're like, bro, like, there's something here. Let's capitalize.
Because you released the second one like a couple weeks later or something.
3
like,
weeks later.
Yeah.
Because we seen how like good it did in the first week, and we're just like, there's actual something here.
Yeah,
like, let's do it.
the bars like is. And did you write the bars together or just like combine them? You must have written a few of them together or something.
Nah, we just set the beat.
Yeah,
We
right.
just sent the beat, and we just like go for it. But then we sit down and structure it. Like I wrote the hook for Get Body 2
Yeah.
because we didn't have a hook. And
Yeah.
it was just a missing part, and I was just like, oh, I got something, and pretty much just like freestyled the hook.
Fuck yeah, and yeah, because I think those videos just iconic, and then yeah, like the anniversary was today, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the first Get Body came.
First
out
Get
today.
Bodied, fucking a whole year ago, and I bet you did not expect all this shit to happen.
Man, and like first came out a year ago, and we played it. We play a sold out 800 person
Yeah,
show tomorrow for the Get
ridiculous,
Body
man.
festival.
I feel like people don't get don't think about achievements like that like they should. Like you know,
it's
like
crazy.
everybody
It's crazy to think it. Like it's.
take a second to think about.
I don't like to think about that stuff because I just kind of like to stay grounded.
Yeah, it's nice to get that sort of nostalgic, not nostalgic,
It's
but
good. Like tomorrow, I think when I'm on the stage,
yeah,
And
Mate, it's
like
gonna be
standing
so
in front,
dope, bro.
standing in front of 800 people, I think it's gonna set in. It's just like,
Dude.
fuck, this is real.
Dude, you remember, bro? Tao got the flows, bro. Fucking oath. And
Chill
yeah,
with
because you're
bars.
known for the flows, and like that is known. Those videos, like that is beautiful because like it builds two personas. One is the bars, and one is the flows. Even though you both got flow and you both got bars.
It's
Right?
funny because I wrote that Tyler got the flow.
Yeah.
Chill got the bars, but Tyler got the flow. But Chill wrote his verse when he's just like, Chill got the bars, Tyler got the flow.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
didn't even mean to write it.
Fucking
And then he
hell.
rapped it. I was just like, fuck off.
Yeah. Are we best friends now? Yeah, I love that. Yeah, he started to. So do you feel like, and this is more like a, you know, as we get towards the end, like, do you feel pressured to like deliver a certain type of track now because you never feel that?
I'm the type like a lot of people like
Think like Tala has to do the sort of like hard spitting flow ones.
me and Nerve were talking about this last night, man. Like
Yeah.
people are just like, oh man, you should keep making grime music, keep making this. It's just
Yeah.
like, thanks, man. Why don't you make tracks?
Yeah. It's also I think it comes from like
And like we were saying, like, oh, we missed the old person.
yeah,
like-
dude. Where's Blocks, bro? Bring Blocks back,
Yeah,
man.
and like I forget who said. I think Tyler Creator said it. We were talking about this last night. Tyler Creator's just like, he didn't go anywhere. All of his stuff's easily accessible online.
Yeah.
If you like the old stuff, listen to it.
Listen to it, yeah. I think it is just a way of trying to reconnect with an artist and be like,
it's just
I
all
really
about
love this
progression.
part of
It's
you.
all,
Like,
it's all about progression. But for me, like with the block stuff, like
mate, they want me to bring him back, but I fucking killed him.
fuck that.
That's a dope. That is a sick body the booth too, bro.
Thanks,
Like
man.
I fucking and when I listened to that, like I would have listened to it ages ago before I knew about any of the block shit, and then it's just
Now
like
that you'd hear it,
the way
like,
you say that shit is real as fuck, man. And
it says in Drowning Slowly has a reference to it
yeah,
as well.
fucking just killing blocks, bro.
Yeah, fuck him.
And the Fire is Free at the end of 2017, and which is like, and you still like you put Young Jesus at the end of that, which has been out for a little while and stuff
Yeah,
like
I
just
don't know,
because it's that hype of a track. Why not?
I feel like it didn't get like recognition. It just
Yeah.
on SoundCloud, so I just
The
uploaded
video is really cool
I
too.
uploaded it
Actually,
twice.
where is that video filmed? Like,
in Newcastle.
Oh,
like,
right.
in dead center of town. Yeah.
yeah, right. And
Newcastle's got heaps of like fucking spot like in Bad Blood, how it's just cinematic over Newcastle.
yeah,
That's crazy.
and then one of the earlier ones you're going through like a ruin sort of
It's an
place.
abandoned power station.
Yeah, and it had like Look at Me, which is a banger, which I saw at Get Body Brisbane and just fucking goes ridiculously hard. That
Yeah.
track is
The
obviously
track off
insane.
there, We Run It with Chillin' It. That was
Is that We Run It to the 3-6 Mafia beat We Run It that everyone
Nah.
started doing
You know,
remixes on? Because I
um,
didn't hear it actually.
you know that David.
Oh, that's
Atten-
Who Run It. Who Run It?
Yeah, you know that David Attenborough like Lyrebird thing, that Lyrebird that copies
Oh,
all different
yeah,
sounds.
yeah,
We sampled like one of
yeah.
the bird, and then I got my mate to like just take that and turn it into a beat.
Yeah.
So we did, and funnily enough, the beat that I used for Thankful,
Yeah.
at the end it has that exact sample, which is the song before it. So you can hear like the birds start coming in, like the, and then it just slows down and like goes into a melody.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty cool.
Fuck
It
yeah.
plays straight away.
And like Feel Better, like real tough track, and like
Yeah.
obviously like, you know, talking about mental health, which is, you know, super underrated,
that when I was-
over stigmatized.
I wrote that when I got out of a relationship, and like I felt like my friends hated me because I was trying to hang out with them too much, just trying to like
Yeah.
compensate for not being in a relationship anymore.
Because
and
like,
then,
you have
like,
somebody you talk
People
to
weren't
every
talking
day.
to me,
And then,
people weren't hanging out with me, and I don't know, it was kind of selfish to be honest. Now that I think about it.
No, dude, you gotta, you go from having like a massive absence in your life, you gotta fill it with something.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, it's just kind
You're
of
nice,
you,
dude,
you,
bro.
you need to get out of like dependency.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I just sat in my room for like 3 days and
Trying
didn't
to
talk
feel
to anyone.
better.
Yeah, literally, and just tried to fucking fill the void with music.
Yeah.
and it worked.
Fucking and shout outs to fucking How too, hey. Like
yeah,
How
man,
is
How
the
he's a
man.
don. He always
He
shows me
really
love, man.
fucks with you, bro. Like
He
he
always
fucks
shows
with
me
you on
love.
a level that I don't see him fuck with rappers really. Like
Like I've supported him I supported him when he played in Newcastle, and I always reach out to him for like advice and like opinions. I'll send him a track and just be like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah.
How can I better the song?
because there's a few tweets, man, quite a few of How being like fucking shouts out Talakai, like
Yeah,
you
it's
know that's dope. I really have a lot of respect for How, like you know.
So he's he's just been a pioneer, and I love the most that he's still getting inspiration from us younger dudes.
Yeah, he's
like,
not. He's never
working.
closed off to the idea of being like. He's not like
He's
I'm an
always
old head.
working, bro.
Your new guy sucks. Like he's an actual fan. I love that.
He
shit.
just dropped. Lee Munro just dropped a track yesterday. I think it was, with featuring a remix of Lemon. By
Yeah.
Drake. It's a fucking tune.
And so like 2018, man, like Heat Wave, just get involved with this crazy new fucking scene that you just like traveling up and down the coast.
I was gonna do for the promo for Fire Is Free. I was gonna do a similar, I was gonna do the Heat Wave thing, but I didn't have any of the songs written.
Yeah.
So, but I fucking put myself under heaps of pressure with Heat Wave because I said I'd do it, and then I had nothing.
Yeah.
And then I recorded it, and like I had some of the songs written, but I didn't have them recorded.
Yeah.
So I had to go record it, get the mix back off my mate Blake, and the next day go film with my mate Jaden. Like the whole series is just filmed on a GoPro.
Yeah.
And then the next week I'd go do I'd drop it the next week, and then the week after I'd go repeat the thing. So in the week that was the break off,
Yeah.
I'd be writing, recording, and filming.
Just trying to get it all done.
Just trying to get, and then it was we almost didn't make it, and yeah, it was a tough one. But with Cold Front that's coming out in like August,
Fucking Taylor season, bro.
Taylor season never stops.
Cold, man. I love the heat wave then into the cold, bro.
That's what it is. And then I
Yeah.
think next year I'm gonna do autumn and
yeah.
spring.
Spring, yeah. But anyway, so what do you got planned for the future? What's coming up?
I think next year, I don't know if I want to release music next year. I just want to play shows.
Yeah.
But
I drop a single every so often. Come on.
Yeah, I'll drop that random single, but I
Yeah.
won't do any projects next year.
Yeah, I think I think singles with videos are almost the way to do it anyway.
Well,
really.
I got two about to drop.
2 videos?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
2 random singles about to drop.
Nice.
One's featuring chill, and the other is just a cruisy tune that you could probably smoke a spliff to or
Fuck
sip a
yeah.
goon sack.
Damn, shouts out back to the chilled goon sacks in Newcastle, man.
Yeah, man. If you guys work at a bottle shop and you don't have chilled goon sack,
What are you
change
doing?
your fucking policy.
What are you doing, bro? Yeah.
The
all
people
right.
need the drinks straight from the box.
Exactly, they need them cold. Well, any any final things you want to talk about or anything like that?
Shout out everyone playing the Get Body Festival. We sold it out.
Dude, amazing. Such an incredible effort. And I fucking knew it was going to happen. Everyone knew you guys were going to sell out, bro. It's different.
There's one more Get Body Festival for this year.
Melbourne?
I'm not gonna say.
It's probably fucking... Sorry, bro.
Nah, it's not Melbourne. But
Oh, that's good.
it's
Darwin.
It's good. Oh, I want. Is there any fans in Darwin? Hit me up if there is.
I'm
I
sure
want to
there's
play in
fucking
Darwin.
Fans in Darwin, bro. There's fans all
I just
over
want to
the
go
place.
get lit at Discovery.
Yeah.
I've
Go
heard
down
it's
to
good.
go down to Kakadu, bro. Fight a croc
Hard.
or some shit.
Don't tempt
Anyway,
me.
well, thank you very much, man, for joining us on episode 22, Talakai Interview,
Anytime,
bro.
man, I had
Bark.
really
Yeah,
good
man.
time.
I tell you what, it's rare to get, somebody up the coast, man, and appreciate you. The first one I've ever had. First
Sweet.
one I've ever had from not Brisbane, other than Scrub, who's basically Brisbane now.
He's lived up here for a while.
Yeah, he's close enough, man.
Well,
He's
thanks
good.
for doing your research, man. No one really
Fuck,
ever
eh,
goes
bro.
to that.
Dude, I tell you what, man. You guys got to go back. You got to listen to some blocks, bro.
Get it done.
You
Tell
got
me
to
your
get
thoughts.
you got to get some blocks. Well, blocks is central. He's a coast hero, man. He's a hero. Anyway, that's fucking episode 22, man. No Spin Podcast. Shout out fucking Talakai.